If you clicked on this video, chances are you were talking to a girl who lost interest, or you were in a relationship with a girl who stopped liking you back. Either way, in this video, I'm gonna tell you everything that you need to know so you have the best chance of getting her back. But first, this video is sponsored by Tej Henley. I'm just kidding, bro. Most of the advice that you'll hear from your friends or from other people online is not the greatest. They'll say things like, oh yeah, just blow up her phone and call her and text her and tell her how much you miss her and how much you like her, and yeah, that's what'll make her like you back, bro. I remember this one time I was talking to a girl and I asked her to hang out and she was like, oh, I can't, I'm busy. And then I asked her again and she was like, oh, I can't today, but maybe another time. And then I asked her again a couple days later and she ended up just blocking me. So I had to learn the lesson the hard way that when you're chasing after a girl who's not showing an interest in you, who's not liking you back, and you're trying to pressure her into hanging out with you, it only makes her repulsed by you. So now you're like, okay, well, what should I do instead? Well, step number one, you have to let her go. I know this sounds a bit counterintuitive because you're like, what? Like, you said that you were gonna tell me how to get her back, but just hear me out. When you chase after a girl who rejects you, does that show that you respect yourself? Does that show that you're a high value guy who values your time, who knows your worth? No. That's just saying, hey, you could treat me however you want. You could reject me. You could not want to hang out with me, and I'll still be here for you. I'll still be chasing after you. So that's not going to make a girl value you. That's not going to make a girl value your time. If you beg for the girl back, there is a very, very small chance it's going to work. It's most likely not going to work, and all you're going to do is you're going to end up just destroying your self-worth, just making it look like, oh yeah, I'm the guy who chases after the girl who doesn't want me. That's not gonna make her want to come back to you, bro. And even if she does come back, even if she starts texting you again when you hit her back up, she's probably just gonna friend zone you and not actually view you as a serious partner. Which brings me into step number two, you have to go no contact. If you want her to come back to you, it has to be her idea. Let me explain why. You have been chasing after this girl, right? You asked her to hang out, you asked her to go out with you, and she just didn't chase you back. She didn't want to go out with you. So while this girl's been running away from you, you're just chasing after her even more. Is that the dynamic that you really want? No. And it's also not the dynamic that any girl who wants to be with a man is gonna want. A girl wants to feel like she's chasing after the guy who she wants. So instead of you hitting her up, you need to go no contact and wait for her to text you first. Think about it this way, imagine if you were hosting a party, right? And you kept asking your friends, oh, come to my party. Oh, come to my party. Oh, come to my party. Oh, you sure you don't want to come? Come to my party. Would they show up? No. They'd be like, okay, this guy is just asking me over and over again, just annoying me. Why would I want to go to his party? So dating is the same way. You have to put yourself out there. You have to be willing to ask her to hang out, to ask for her number. But if she rejects you, you just move on. You go no contact and you let it be her idea to hit you up. Because you already put out the invitation, right? You already asked her to hang out. You already asked her to do something. So why would you keep going after her? Instead of doing that, go no contact and let it be her idea to restart things. Because if she rejected you, it has to be her idea to restart. Step number three, go talk to other girls. Literally the last thing you want to do after you get rejected by a girl is sit around and wait for her. You never want to have the mindset that I like this girl so much and I'm just going to sit around and wait for her to come back to me. Because one, most of the time, if a girl rejects you, she's not going to come back. That's just the harsh reality. It's the harsh truth. And number two, you're sitting around waiting for someone who doesn't want to be with you. Don't you think it'd be a much better use of your time and much better for your life if you went and talked to other girls, if you went and actually tried to find the girl who actually wanted to be with you? So move on and go talk to other people. Women also want a man who other women want. And women won't admit this. Women will be like, oh yeah, I want a guy who just doesn't no other girls want. But that's not true. Women want a man who has an abundance mindset. And also understand that dating is a numbers game in the early stages. You can't get rejected by one girl and just beat yourself up. You can't just go on one date, have it not go well and say oh yeah, I'm never gonna find a girl. No. Don't have that mindset. Have the mindset that, you know what? I'm going to put myself out there, and if I keep doing that, eventually I'll find the right girl for me. But you can't just get rejected once and give up. Imagine if, Tom Brady, right, lost his first ever football game and then said, oh, yeah, I'll just never be good because I lost. You'd be like, well, no, you're not bad. It was your first game. And dating is the same way. You can't get rejected once and then give up. You have to have a positive mindset and keep putting yourself out there. Which brings me to step number 4, you have to fix your mindset. Stop being a simp, okay? Stop being the guy who views himself as less than the girl that he likes. The mistake that a lot of guys make is they put a girl up on a pedestal before she even earns that for him, right? They'll start daydreaming about the girl. They'll start thinking about their future with her. before they've even asked her out, before they've even gone on a date with her. And that's what causes you to get so heartbroken in the first place, because you've imagined, building this thing with her. You've imagined like her being your girlfriend. When in reality, never ever put a girl up on a pedestal. Let her earn that from you. Let her earn that respect from you. And also have the mindset that how can this girl win me over? How can she earn my attention? How can she win me? Because I know you clicked on this video because you probably want to get one girl back, but the truth is, improving your dating life is not about attracting one girl back. It's not like if you get that girl, it'd be great. Like that'd be good. But it's more about fixing the mindsets. The reason you're struggling is not because of just one situation. It's because you have poor mindsets, you have poor beliefs, you have a scarcity mindset, not an abundance mindset. Instead of being the guy who sees the girl he wants to go talk to and says like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go talk to her, and if it goes well, that'd be great, but if I get rejected, who cares? You're the guy who goes, oh, she's way out of my league and there's no way she'd be into me. No. Stop thinking like that. Have a positive abundance mindset. And also, instead of being the guy who's so focused on love, who's so focused on getting a girlfriend, be the guy who's focused on bettering himself. Because the misconception that a lot of young men have is the more I care about a girl, the more that I focus on chasing women, the more likely I am to get a girlfriend. And that's just not true. If you want to get a girlfriend, if you want to find someone, the best thing you can actually do is focus on yourself. Be the guy who's going to the gym, who's getting in shape, who's focused on his purpose, who's leveling up, who's becoming his best self. And if you do those things, you will be much more likely to get a girlfriend than the guy who just doesn't do anything, just sits around, wastes his time, and just texts girls all day. So anyways, I hope this video helped. And if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you for the next video, bro.